This week, we're headed to downtown Key West, and we're going to show you all the best things to see and do. We'll also give you some tips so that you can make the most out of your time here. So stay tuned. We've done a bunch of cool stuff in Key West already, but today we are going to dedicate the entire day to exploring everything that Key West has to offer. So we're headed downtown right now. We're going to find some free parking and get on our bikes and probably start at Fort Zachary. At this point, we've spent a lot of time in Key West, and we can confidently say that if you're considering a trip here, you should do it. If you've watched our last couple videos, you'll know that there's lots of biking, hiking, and wildlife sightseeing you could do. But today, we're going to give you a taste of some of the most popular places in historic downtown Key West. And if you want, you can stick around till the end of this video and I'll leave a link to some of our past adventures as well. One thing that's new for us this year is that we brought our bikes along. Key West is extremely bike friendly. So if you have an opportunity to bring your bike, do it. If not, there's tons of places you can rent a bike, or even a golf cart if that's more your style. This will give you an opportunity to get around much more quickly. The downtown is busy, so we would not recommend trying to get around in your car. Our first stop today is the Edward B. Knight Pier, located at the end of White Street. This pier extends about a quarter mile into the Atlantic Ocean. On a windy day, it's a popular spot to get up close and personal with the big crashing waves. Just be prepared to get really wet. As you're making your way around, you'll see a ton of these tour buses. This is another popular way to get around and see everything that Key West has to offer. However, we prefer to go at our own speed on our bikes. We have arrived at the southernmost point. We're not going to stop here because we've been here in the past and got some photos, but there's a very long line to get your photo here. And we knew that. You gotta come early in the morning or later in the day if you don't want to wait in line. Our next stop is the very popular Fort Zachary State Park. If you're coming by car, be prepared for a long wait at the gate. If you instead come by foot or bike, you'll get in more quickly, and the cost of the admission will also be less, at $2.50 per person. Once you're in the state park, there's two main things that you'll want to check out: the old historic fort and the beach. We're starting at the fort today. Construction on Fort Zachary started in 1845, shortly after Florida became a state. The fort was first built 3 stories tall and was equipped with 140 cannons. But in 1898, it underwent modifications and the top 2 tiers were removed. The fort houses the largest collection of Civil War-era seacoast cannons in the United States, many of which were excavated from the site in the 1960s. fort was awesome, but the beach at this state park is even better. Unlike any beach we've seen before, it's nestled into some beautiful Australian pines that offer shade from the sun. At the beach, you'll also find a small cafe where you can order food and drinks. It really is a great place to spend a day relaxing. Now, back into the heart of downtown for our next stop, this time for some food and drinks. Key West has no shortage of excellent restaurants and bars. You're gonna have a hard time choosing. This time, we decided to start with Margaritaville, for a margarita of course. If I'm being honest, we started here because we had a coupon for a 2-for-1 margarita, so why not? Feeling refreshed, we continued our exploration of the city. It wasn't long before we started to get hungry. Given there's no shortage of restaurants here, we usually use online ratings and reviews to choose a restaurant. Two Friends Patio had great reviews and was nearby, so we stopped here for lunch. And both the food and service were great. Our next stop is Mallory Square, which is at the very tip of Duval Street. I'll show you later on, but if you come here at sundown, there are tons of street performers to see. Since we're here in the afternoon, there's a cruise ship in port, which is always neat to see as well.
You look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Mile Marker 0, the very start of Highway 1, is also a very popular spot to check out. And why not? It's right off Duval Street and provides a great photo opportunity. And just steps away from that, you'll find the majestic kapok tree. This is a massive tree that you have to see in real life to fully conceive the sheer size of it. So far, the day has been incredible, but the heat is starting to get to us. So we're gonna head back to the campground, hang out with Hudson, eat some dinner, and recharge. And then we'll return to downtown to check out what the nightlife is like. Hudson, it's mealtime! That's why you're on the table, like a normal dog. That coming? You know what this is? Look at him. There you go. It's just like jambalaya. It wasn't long before we were refreshed and back downtown to check out the nightlife. Duval Street is really the main strip for all the action. It stretches 1.25 miles, running from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. This strip has tons of bars, each with its own unique atmosphere, so there's really something for everyone. And at most places, you'll find live music too. At the tip of Duval Street is Mallory Square, which I told you about earlier. This place comes alive at sundown. It's the most popular place in Key West to watch the sunset, so at this time of day, all the street performers come out to provide some great entertainment. Some people wonder what the best night might be to go out and enjoy Duval Street, but in reality, this is such a popular tourist destination that no matter if it's a weekend or weekday, there's still lots going on. On next week's episode, we enjoy our last few days in Key West by heading out on the stand-up paddleboards to explore the ocean, and then we head back into Key West for one last adventure along the historic Seaport Harbor Walk. You don't want to miss it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out. And don't forget to come back tomorrow to see where we go next.